To gain perspective, with the aid of computer animation, let's now travel with the Earth to the Sun at 100 times the speed of light. From this view, we begin to appreciate the magnitude of our home star. Over 1 million Earths would fit inside the Sun. Yet our Sun is an average-sized star. Many stars in our own galaxy dwarf it. Arcturus is the fourth brightest star in the night sky. Though 200 trillion miles away, this orange giant is visible to the naked eye. By moving our Sun next to Arcturus, we can grasp its immensity. Arcturus is 100 times brighter, with a radius 20 times greater than the Sun's. Yet even Arcturus appears small when compared with the supergiant Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse has a radius 600 times that of our Sun. A reddish star, it shines a remarkable 60,000 times brighter than the Sun. However, even Betelgeuse is not the largest star in our galaxy. Several red supergiants in the Milky Way are even larger, some with a radius 1,500 times that of our Sun.
Well, one of the things in creation that I think really exhibits God's power is the power released in stars. The Sun, it releases more energy in 1 second than 1 billion major cities on the Earth, if there were 1 billion, would produce in a year. And that's just released in 1 second. You can imagine that. And of course, there are stars that are even more powerful than the Sun. And just imagine all that power, all those stars, billions of stars in our own galaxy, billions of stars in other galaxies. And yet the Bible describes the creation of all that energy, all that power with the single phrase, He made the stars also.
When we consider that these ratios present only a sliver of our Creator's power, certainly we can agree with the psalmist when he exhorts, "Let all the earth fear the Lord."
The council, and the high priest asked them, saying, "Did we not straitly command you should not teach in this name? Behold, you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us." Do you remember what the Jews said at the foot of the cross? Just before the foot of the cross, they said to Pilate, "Crucify him." He said, "Let this man's blood be on us and our children. We don't care. We'll take the consequences. We just want to get rid of him." The unregenerate mind is very quick to say things they don't understand. I've had so many people say, "I don't mind going to hell." Well, man, that will come back and haunt them on the day of judgment. You hear people say, a guy used to heckle me. He was my friend, but he was very nasty, anti-Christian. For years, this guy heckled me. His name was Willie. He said, "When I stand before God on Judgment Day, I'm going to spit in his face." Man, Willie's dead. He just dropped dead of a heart attack about 4 or 5 years ago. I fear for that man. He's going to stand before the God of heaven. And we can't even look. We say, "Make God appear before me. I've got some questions to ask him." Well, okay, let's just have a little bit of thought about that. Let's just look at a small part of God's creation. Let's go out about 12 o'clock on a sunny day and look at the sun for a few moments. We can't even look at the sun. If you look at the sun for 10 seconds, it will blind you, such is its glory. And yet God spoke into existence that sun. That incredible sun with flames that leap up 300,000 miles at a time. God placed up, there's a small part of His creation, and we click our fingers and say, "I'm going to tell God to do this and tell God to do that." The unregenerate mind has got no understanding of God, and they say things they don't understand. And then they said, "You intend to bring this man's blood upon us." Well, they should have thought about that when they said, "Crucify Jesus."